Listen closely, beloved. I am speaking to you now with a nearness you can feel in your breath and bones. Do not let your mind run or your eyes wander. I am here, I am not distant, and I am not late. Archangel Michael leans beside you like a shield standing in the doorway, and he whispers, "Only 2 seconds left," not to frighten you, but to arrest your attention because this moment is holy. This is a serious call from Michael, but it is also the tenderness of my heart reaching you. Your photo was shown before 9 powerful people, 9 voices, 9 judgments, 9 conclusions, and they all said the same shocking thing. I know what they said. I watched you swallow the pain that did not belong to you and smile as if you were unshaken. I watched the silent prayer you made when no one could hear. I am not here to accuse, I am here to deliver you and to establish you where I have always meant for you to stand. Do not be afraid of the number 9. It was meant to intimidate you, to make you believe that the table was already decided and your name was already crossed out. But I tell you a mystery, what they said in agreement about you, I am using as a stage for a greater agreement about you. Their agreement formed a circle that tried to cage you, my agreement forms a covenant that frees you. You were spoken about as if you were a problem to be solved, a question mark that threatened their plans. But to me, you are not a problem, you are a promise. When 9 mouths spoke the same sentence over your picture, I counted every word and weighed every motive. I do not despise them, but I do not accept their verdict. I do not curse them, but I overturn their judgment. I set a new sentence over your life, and that sentence is mercy, strength, and unignorable favor. You did not know your image had been carried into that room. You did not know the pages with your name were printed and highlighted. Yet while your name was being debated, I was speaking your name in the quiet places where angels receive their orders. Michael stood ready, the others attentive, and I said, "This one is mine. This one does not walk alone. This one has been prepared for such a time as this." Do not confuse silence with absence, and do not confuse secrecy with victory. Their secrecy has ended, my victory is unveiling. You have felt the heaviness recently as if a dark coat were placed on your shoulders that does not fit you. You felt the air tighten around conversations, the delay that made you question your worth. You wondered if you misheard me, if your season had expired, if you were seen only as a complication. You carry the thought of being almost chosen, and almost trusted, and almost invited, and the almosts piled up like stones on your chest. I am removing the word almost from your story. I am burning it away with a flame that warms but does not consume you. I am rewriting the meaning of delay, because the delay you felt was not denial, it was the rearranging of a room you were meant to enter so that when you arrive, what tried to trap you becomes what frames you. Michael says to you, open it immediately, don't try to skip this. What is the it? It is the call to step forward. It is the decision to stop negotiating with fear. It is the letter I am placing in your spirit now, sealed with peace, signed with promise, stamped with authority. Do not look for another to open this letter for you. Do not ask doubt to be your translator. Unseal it with trust. Read it with courage. Carry it with gentleness. For I am not inviting you into a war of noise, I am inviting you into a stillness of dominion. If your heart trembles, let it tremble in my hands. If your breath shortens, breathe inside the shelter of my name. You will not collapse here. You will not be humiliated here. You will not be replaced by a rumor, nor erased by a whisper. I am the one who writes names where no one can blot them. The 9 powerful people thought power meant being able to gather and agree. But true power is not agreement in suspicion, it is agreement in truth. They saw a fragment of you, a photo, a line on a page, a story told by someone with an unhealed wound, and they mistook the fragment for the entire. I do not see you in fragments. I see the whole, the child that kept promises when no one watched, the friend who loved beyond convenience, the soul that refused to surrender kindness even when kindness seemed to cost too much. I see how you stayed when leaving would have been easier, and how you learned to stand without growing hard. I see the moments you laid your head down and asked me if it was still worth it. Hear me, it is worth it because you are worth it to me. And because you are worth it, I am moving in a way that will humble the counsel of those 9 and heal the hidden wounds that made them speak as they did. In the coming days, you will sense the shifting of small things that would ordinarily go unnoticed. A message returned sooner than expected. An eye that used to look past you suddenly pausing with softness. A door that was under maintenance, quietly opening. Do not ignore these. They are not coincidences. They are stitches closing the tear that others tried to make in your name. When you see these stitches, say thank you, not to prove your piety, but to align your heart with the river of grace that is carrying you forward. Gratitude is not denial of pain, it is the declaration that pain does not get the final word. You will be surprised how quickly the current turns when you stop swimming against what I am already doing for you. I am also touching places you have not spoken about, the fear of being misrepresented, the fear of not being believed, the fear that your gentleness will be exploited again. I am not asking you to become harsh to be safe. I'm asking you to remain gentle and become strong. Strength without gentleness bruises, gentleness without strength breaks. I am giving you both. You will speak with clarity that does not shake. You will look in the mirror and recognize my workmanship, not your mistakes. You will forgive without returning yourself to harm. And you will set boundaries that glow with honor rather than burn with resentment. You will understand that honor is not flattery, it is alignment with truth. Anyone who asks you to dishonor the truth to keep their comfort is asking for what I will not bless. About the 9, do not hunt them in your thoughts or rehearse their words in your imagination. Release their faces from the prison of your mind. I am the judge who loves justice and loves mercy. I do not need your revenge to make things right. I need your trust to make things beautiful. There is one among the 9 who will feel a pang in the night and see your face, not because of guilt alone, but because compassion will awaken where calculation once slept. Another will encounter a delay that mirrors how they delayed you, not to punish but to teach. Another will receive unexpected kindness from a stranger, and that kindness will become a lens through which they finally view you correctly. This is how I work. I do not merely remove obstacles. I reform hearts so future obstacles do not rise in the same way. You have asked me, should I say something? Should I defend myself? There are words that defend and words that deliver. There is a time for speech and a time to be still. In the immediate, be still enough to hear me sentence by sentence. I will give you words that are not rehearsed but are seasoned, not reactive but radiant. If you feel the fire rising, let it rise into prayer before it spills into speech. When you do speak, you will find that a quiet authority goes before you. Your words will be compact and clear. They will not be barbed, they will be anchored. And even those who prefer confusion will be unable to pretend they did not understand you. I will make your yes a shelter and your no a gate. Michael stands with his sword sheathed because this is not a moment for slashing, it is a moment for standing. He says, only 2 seconds left, because hesitation loves to disguise itself as caution. Do not confuse wisdom with delay. Wisdom is not waiting forever. Wisdom is listening fully and stepping when I say go. I am saying go. Go into the next hour with your back straight and your shoulders free. Go into the next conversation with peace like a lamp in your hands. Go into the room you once feared with the knowledge that you are not an intruder, you are an answer. Carry yourself as one who belongs, not because people voted you in, but because I planted you there. Plantings outlast panels. Roots outlast rumors. You have thought, why me? Why this? Because your heart remained soft when others hardened. Because you kept a secret that protected someone who could not protect themselves. Because you did not weaponize what you knew. Those choices looked small, but in the world of my kingdom they are weighty. Every unseen seed you planted has been counted, and I am watering them now. Do not expect every harvest to look like applause. Some harvests look like doors opening without your knocking. Some look like the right person traveling across distance to sit beside you in your most human hour. Some look like rest that actually renews. Some look like laughter returning without guilt. Some look like a plan that finally fits you instead of shrinking you. I am repairing the timeline of your hope. There were years that tried to teach you to lower your expectations. There were friends who asked you to shrink your joy to fit their comfort. There were moments when your own reflection argued against your calling. But hope is not naive, it is aligned with a future already built. I am not asking you to inflate your dreams, I am inviting you to inherit the ones I authored. The future I wrote for you does not wobble on the opinions of 9, or 90, or crowds that cannot count what matters. The future I wrote for you stands on the bedrock of my character, and my character toward you is not moody. I am consistent. I am kind. I am strong enough to carry your confusion and gentle enough to kiss your forehead while you rest. Turn your attention now to the practical, because I am not only thunder, I am detail. You will feel prompted to organize what looks like a small thing, a folder, a list, a message thread, a name you need to reach out to with clarity. Do it. When you honor small order, large order finds you. There is a meeting that will be proposed where you will be present, not as a defendant, but as a contributor. Prepare for it without fear. Gather your thoughts, not as weapons, but as gifts. Write down what you know to be true, and what you are willing to learn. Enter that room wearing peace. And remember, presence is not permission to be diminished. You may sit quietly, but you will not sit small. Even your silence, aligned with me, will speak. Some relationships need clean air. You will notice conversations where you are always holding your breath. I am opening windows there. You do not have to slam doors, just open windows. Let truth breeze through. If someone is willing to breathe with you, you will feel relief. If they insist on stale air, you will know that stepping away is not cruelty, it is stewardship. Bless people at a distance when closeness corrodes your courage. Keep tenderness, but keep your core. I will send you friends who are not threatened by your healing, not irritated by your growth, not fascinated by your pain. I will give you a circle that prays for you in full sentences and celebrates you without asking for compensation. Trust me to curate your counsel anew. There is also a forgiveness that will feel impossible until it is suddenly simple. I will not romanticize your hurt or ask you to pretend it did not happen. I will not call trauma, training, or betrayal miscommunication. I name things rightly because only truth heals. But after we name it, we will release it. Not to excuse, but to unchain. You cannot carry both vindication and vision in the same hand, one knocks the other to the ground. Place vindication in my hands. Hold vision in yours. You will find that your steps become lighter, your sleep deeper, your laughter less cautious. The moments you used to rehearse will lose their script, and the actors you kept on your heart's stage will bow and exit. Let them. New scenes are waiting. Your provision is not held hostage by panels. Your favor is not rationed by committees. Your peace is not rented from people who like to keep others uncertain. I am your source, and I am abundant. I have already lined up what you will need, when you will need it, and the strength to carry it. You will not have to fake being okay to keep what I am giving you. It will fit like morning light fits the horizon, certain, effortless, generous. When the old voice returns and says, "But what if they meet again? What if they agree again? What if they take it all again?" Answer that voice with what I say now. They may meet, I will move. They may agree, I will overrule. They may take, I will restore. You do not serve a trembling God. You serve me, steadfast and present, who walks into the middle of the story and says, "Peace, be still," and the storm has to remember who it is speaking to. Michael's message to you is urgent because your hour is ripe. He is not calling you to panic, he is calling you to posture. Shoulders back, chin lifted, heart soft, eyes clear. Listen to how I speak inside of you, not shouting, but unmistakable. Follow that voice. If you need to cry, cry while moving. If you need to rest, rest without quitting. If you need to ask for help, ask without shame. I send help in the faces of people you do not expect, at the times you do not plan. Watch for it. Accept it. You are not proving strength by starving your soul. You are proving wisdom by receiving what I provide. I am touching your house. Not just walls and rooms, but conversations and habits. You will notice a new music in the mornings and a calmer rhythm at night. You will sense that the atmosphere thickens with reassurance not because you are ignoring reality, but because reality is finally agreeing with truth. Open your windows when you wake and say out loud, "Peace lives here." Say it not as a mantra, but as an announcement. Your mouth will frame your day, and your day will frame the opportunities one bring. The more you agree with me aloud, the less room fear has to colonize your thoughts. This is not performance, it is partnership. I am also returning to you a piece of yourself you set aside to survive. You learned to dim so others would not call you too much. You learned to delay so others would not call you impatient. You learned to edit your joy so others would not call you naive. Bring those pieces back. Let your light be accurate, not reduced. Let your pace be truthful, not timid. Let your joy be full, not negotiated. The ones who cannot honor your fullness were never meant to be the editors of your destiny. I am the author, and I am restoring your unabridged self. You will walk past the memory of that room, the one where your photo was judged, and you will no longer feel the cold drag across your heart. Instead, you will feel a strange, surprising compassion. You will realize that those 9 were afraid of losing what they could not keep without truth. Pity does not mean permission, it means you are free. Freedom tastes like breath you didn't know you were holding suddenly releasing. Freedom looks like a calendar that no longer frightens you. Freedom sounds like your own laughter coming back into your mouth without apology. Stay in this freedom. Guard it by staying close to my voice. Guard it by choosing honesty over urgency. Guard it by refusing to rehearse what I have already redeemed. There will be a sign, quiet but unmistakable, that this word is breathing through your life. You will hear your name spoken in a tone that is clean, in a place that once felt unsafe. You will see a number that once meant fear now make you smile. You will find yourself answering a question you used to avoid with a calm that confuses even you. Receive these as confirmations, not coincidences. Every confirmation is a thread in the tapestry I'm unveiling, and soon you will step back and see the pattern that confusion tried to hide. Now, decide. Decide to believe that I am with you in detail. Decide to believe that I am not late for you. Decide to believe that you are not a problem, you are a promise. Decide to believe that the circle drawn around you by 9 opinions is being erased by 1 decree, mine. Stand up inside your body. Place your hand on your heart. Say your own name and say, peace. Feel your pulse steady. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your shoulders loosen. This is not imagination, this is alignment. I am nearer than your next thought, and I am stronger than your last fear. When you walk from here, walk as if the ground recognizes you, because it does. Creation responds to one who is moving in the music of their maker. Doors sense it. Conversations feel it. Opportunities turn their faces toward it. You are not begging your destiny to notice you, your destiny is breathing with you now. What was set to harm you becomes a signpost. What was used to shame you becomes a story that heals others. What was arranged against you becomes the arrangement that sets you on a higher shelf where clarity and kindness are visible to all who need them. I have placed my hand on your name and my fire in your spirit. You will not be lost in this hour. You will not wander into lesser rooms to win smaller arguments. You will stand where I place you and love as I lead you. You will know when to speak and when to be silent, when to step in and when to step away. My wisdom will not be a theory to you, it will be a rhythm. My protection will not be a concept to you, it will be a covering. My favor will not be a rumor to you, it will be a route. Michael's final whisper to you in this moment is simple: do not skip this. Do not skip believing you are seen. Do not skip forgiving what would poison your tomorrow. Do not skip preparing for the room you will soon enter. Do not skip resting when I say rest and moving when I say move. Everything you need is intact. Everything I promised is alive. What 9 declared about you does not define you. What I declare over you now defines you. I call you established. I call you protected. I call you brave. I call you gentle. I call you mine. Rise now, with the quiet courage that fits you. Carry this word like a lantern, not a sword. Watch as the shadows thin. Watch as the right faces draw near. Watch as what was whispered against you becomes the wind behind you. And when you feel the old fear reach for your ankle, step higher. You are not where you were. You are where I am, and where I am there is freedom. This is your moment, and it will not slip through your fingers. I have you. I hold you. I go before you. And I say again so your soul remembers, open it immediately, don't try to skip this, because what I open, no one can shut, and what I bless, no circle of voices can reverse. I am speaking to you now, and I am not late. I am the one who kept you breathing when you did not notice, the one who turned your tears into a private river that carried you past traps meant to drown you. Hear me, this is a serious call from Michael, and there are only 2 seconds left in the life of the fear that has been following you. Do not measure these words by your yesterday, measure them by my voice that knows the end from the start. You have wondered if you misheard, if you imagined the nudge, if you were foolish to hope. You were not foolish. I planted hope in you like a lighthouse on a cliff, and tonight I command its beam to sweep across every dark wave around you. Archangel Michael says the alarm has sounded in the realm that watches over you. A countdown has ended for the opposition. What stood against you has run out of time. Your photo was placed before 9 powerful people, and all of them said the same shocking thing: this one is not to be touched. They each used different words, different languages of influence, but they released a single verdict that flowed like one river. They recognized the mark upon you that I placed long before you learned to pronounce my name. They saw the assignment on your life and the cost you have already paid. They could not agree on lesser matters, but when your name rose, their voices braided together. One spoke of favor. One spoke of protection. One spoke of sudden elevations. One spoke of gates opening that were never meant to open for anyone of your background. One spoke of repayment for years that were eaten. One spoke of a hush order on rumors against you. One spoke of strategic introductions. One spoke of the end of a long-standing investigation against your peace. And the last one, the 9th, laid his hand on your image and said, "This one belongs to a higher court." Archangel Michael says this meeting concluded with a seal that cannot be broken by gossip, cannot be bribed by envy, cannot be delayed by bureaucracy, cannot be vetoed by fear. I have watched you fight invisible wars while appearing polite and composed. I have watched your kindness misread as weakness, your silence misread as surrender. I have watched you set aside your own relief to become someone else's relief. I have watched you carry a door for others who then closed doors to you. I saw when you were accused of ambition, when all you wanted was room to breathe and room to build. I saw when you gave more than you advertised, and I saw who kept a record and who erased their thanks when the crowd turned. I did not permit the injustice to define you.